So in this lecture, we are going to talk about space wave propagation. Earlier, we studied about ground wave or surface wave propagation, in which the wave traveled from transmitting to receiver antenna near the ground, and it actually followed the curvature of the Earth or any physical feature on the Earth's surface. There is another propagation method that is called sky wave propagation, which we will be studying in our next lecture video. In that propagation, the waves from transmitting antenna goes into the atmosphere and they get reflected back to the Earth from the ionosphere. So we will be studying about this kind of wave propagation in the next video. But before that, we will study this space wave propagation, in which basically the communication happens at very high frequencies, uh, to be precise beyond 30 megahertz, and the waves travel in the straight line. So that is why another name for this kind of a propagation is called line of sight propagation. So as I already told you, these space wave propagation is used at higher frequencies, which are VHF, UHF, and microwave. And you know that VHF frequency is beyond 30 megahertz. And after UHF, the microwave frequency ranges start, which is in the domain of gigahertz. So you know that for TV or FM or satellite communication, and even recently we use 2G, 3G, and 4G, and now 5G. These are all mobile communication technology. So these are all being used on microwave frequencies or VHF or UHF frequencies. So naturally, these all communication applications, which is TV, FM, satellite, and mobile communication, these are all happening under the space wave propagation domain. So basically, there are two broad categories in this space wave communication. The first one is satellite communication, and other one is line of sight communication. In satellite communication, what happens is that the transmitting and receiving antennas or stations are on the Earth, and there is a satellite in the space. They can either be in lower Earth orbit or higher orbit. So you must be studying this in detail in satellite communication. So signal will travel from transmitting antenna to the satellite in a straight line, and then from the satellite, the signal will come back to the receiving antenna or receiving station. So all this communication is happening in the straight line. So uh, basically, in sky wave propagation, what happens is that in the upper layer of our atmosphere, there is a layer called ionosphere. So generally, in lower frequencies, which is below 30 megahertz, the signal will travel from transmitter, and due to refractions in this ionospheric layer, this wave will travel back to the Earth because of the reflection. So it looks like a reflection is happening from the ionosphere. So what happens is, at higher frequencies, this ionosphere layer is not able to refract the light, the waves from Earth back to the Earth, and they penetrate through the ionosphere. So at higher frequency, this refraction does not happen, and the wave travels in the straight direction. And this is the same case with the troposphere also, because I told you that in the ground wave propagation, the wave travel with the curvature of the Earth, or even if suppose there is a mountain, the wave will travel the mountain surface also in the ground wave propagation. So how this was happening? This is all happening because of the physical phenomena like refraction. But this all happens at very lower frequencies. So you studied that in ground wave propagation, your frequency should be less than 2 megahertz. Now, beyond 30 megahertz, if your frequency is beyond 30 megahertz, then this sky wave and tropospheric propagation will not work, and all you have to use is space wave propagation. And this wave always travels in the straight line direction. So let us move ahead. So we saw the satellite communication example. Now let us see how the line of sight communication happens on the Earth. So You know that this is the Earth's surface and there is a transmitting antenna, and there is an reflecting antenna. This is Rx, this is Tx. So what line of sight means? One antenna should be able to see the other antenna. So if you are sitting at this transmitting antenna, you should be able to see this receiving antenna in front of you. If you are not able to see, the line of sight communication is not possible. So that is why the name line of sight. Now, it is very clear that if transmitting antenna is sending some wave to the receiving antenna, there can be two paths. One path is directly going from transmitting to receiving antenna, and other path can be a reflected wave which gets reflected from the Earth's surface, right? So at the receiving antenna, what happens is these two waves, this is the direct wave and this is the reflected wave, they merge at the antenna, and there is a uh, interference happens. So you must have studied in physics that if two waves differing by some phase, they interfere on each other. Either of the two things will happen. Either its strength will increase or its strength will decrease. So when will it is increase? If the maximum of first wave coincide with the maximum of second wave, which means that the phase difference between these two waves are 0, then this will add and the resultant wave will become more stronger, right? So this is called constructive interference. But in the opposite, if your first wave is having 180-degree phase shift with the other wave, so you can see that the maxima is occurring with the minima of the corresponding second wave. So in this type of interference, your wave will vanish, because if both are having the same magnitudes, the positive and negative will mix and it will become 0. So this is called destructive interference, and in that case, the strength of the signal at receiver will either decrease to a very low level or it will completely vanish. So you will not want that. You will want that the interferences are always constructive and your received signal is always strong. So the antenna distance and the timing of the signal and other things are uh, designed in such a way that in most of the time constructive interference happens between the direct wave and the reflected wave, so that you get to receive a strong signal at the receiver. So all in all, to give it a summary, the strength at the receiver depends on the phase difference between the direct and reflected wave. So this is all part of physics, and I hope that you all must be knowing it. Now there is one more very big limitation to the line of sight communication, and that is the curvature of the Earth itself. You know that our Earth is round. Uh, Generally, when we see towards the surface of the Earth, standing from any place, it will seem to us it is very flat, but it is not flat. If you go on a little bit of a larger scale, you will see that Earth is round. So what happens is, if your Earth is round and you have some transmitter here which is sending some signal, it will only be reaching maximum till this point, right? If your receiving antenna is here, will you be able to send a line of sight signal to this antenna? No, because Earth will come in between. So the only solution is that you have to increase the height of the receiver antenna so that this signal will reach this receiving antenna, right? I think you are able to understand. So we can say that the distance of communication between the transmitter and receiving antenna is very much dependent on the height of the antennas that we are using, the height of the transmitting antenna and the height of the receiving antenna. So if the height of the transmitting antenna you increased, so what will happen now? The distance of communication will be very much larger now. So this is your receiving antenna, this is your transmitting antenna. So if you increase, naturally you can see that the distance of line of sight communication can be increased. So that is what is made in this diagram that you see here. Uh, there is a transmitting antenna with height HT, and there is a receiving antenna with height HR. And now we are going to calculate the distance, maximum distance, which I am calling it as D, between this TX and RX antenna over which this line of sight communication can happen. So this D1 is actually written like this, but actually this A to B part is D1 and B to C part is D2. So now let us mathematically calculate, and definitely this O is the center of the earth and R is the radius of the earth. So you just consider this AOB triangle, this AO and B triangle, and we will just use the basic rules of trigonometry to calculate the distance D1. So D1, which is the distance between A and B, is equal to under root R plus HT squared minus R square. So you know that this D1 will be the subtraction of this length square minus the subtraction of this length square. So this is a right angle triangle and we are just using the basic rules. So this is the formula for D1, and similarly the formula for D2 will be under root R plus HR squared minus R square. So let us simplify the first one. So we will get D1 is equal to under root R square plus HT square plus 2RHT minus R square. So R square will be cancelled out. And you know that this HT, which is height of the antenna, uh, is very, very small in comparison to the radius of the earth. So what is the radius of the earth? Radius of the earth is, I think it is in nearly 6,000 kilometers. So it is precisely 6,370 kilometers. So if you multiply this R with antenna, and antenna height will be in meters. So even if you are having 100-meter antenna, which is very, very high, it will be very, very small in comparison to this length. So this 2RHT component will be very, very higher in comparison to HT square component. So we can basically ignore this component. So we can say that D1 is almost equal to under root 2RHT. Similarly, D2 can also be simplified and we will get D2 as 2R HR. Similarly, we have ignored HR square in comparison to 2R HR for this second expression. So you know that the total distance D is equal to D1 plus D2, which is the line of sight distance. This is LOS distance. So we can say that it is equal to, let us take under root 2R as common, under root HT plus under root HR. So this is the formula for the line of sight distance between the two antennas, which are directly depending on their heights, under root HT and under root HR. Now let us calculate this quantity under root 2R, because we know the R is 6,370 kilometers. So when we put the value of R, which is 6,370 kilometer in this formula, and take the under root, we will get the final value of line of sight distance as 3.57 multiplied by under root HT plus under root HR in kilometers. And remember, the values of this HT and HR are in meters. You can either write here kilometer or you can just multiply into 10 to the power 3 meters, right? So if you are solving some example or question, you must put the values of HT and HR in meters, and using this formula, the result or the D line of sight you will get in kilometers, right? What happens is that due to the atmospheric refraction, the actual line of sight distance that the two antennas see. So if someone is sitting on one antenna and it is trying to see the tip of the second antenna or receiver antenna, the maximum distance is given by this formula. But that happens for the light, right? Light is works at very, very high frequency. But in radio communication, generally the communication happens at a lower frequency. In light, I think the frequency range is 10 to the power 14 hertz. But the gigahertz or even higher megahertz, they are around 10 to the power 8 to 10 to the power 9 hertz range. Gigahertz is 10 to the power 9 range. So this is significantly less than this visual frequency range. So what happens is, because of the slight refraction, uh, the actual distance over which two antennas can communicate in a straight line are a little bit higher than the actual straight line visual distance. So this formula will have to be modified a little bit so that we get the some accurate formula for radio communication, which we are talking about gigahertz frequency range. So we have actual term for this phenomena, which is called radio horizon. So what is a horizon? When you are standing in a very open field, so you will see that the sky will come down, and you will be able to see the sky in a straight line. So the place where Earth and sky meets is called the horizon or actual horizon. So what happens is, the radio horizon over which the radio frequencies can travel is little bit higher or little bit longer than the actual horizon that we see. So basically there is a term uh, which is called r dash, which is nothing but the modified radius of Earth is actually greater than the actual radius of Earth by 4 by 3 times. So this is the actual radius r, and the modified radius of Earth, because of the some atmospheric refraction, this modified radius is increased by 4 by 3 times the actual radius of Earth. And what is the actual radius of Earth? You know, it is 6,370 kilometers. So now what we are going to do is, we are just going to put this formula in the previous formula, and we will get a modified formula for the distance d. So d is equal to, we knew that it was 2r. So r will now be replaced with r dash. And here we had ht plus under root hr, which will be equal to under root 2 into 4 by 3 times r multiplied by under root ht plus under root hr. So after solving this, putting all the values, you will get d is equal to 4.12 under root ht plus under root hr in kilometers. And you remember, this ht and hr is in meters. So this is how you will get the actual line of sight distance or actual distance, depending on the height of the transmitting and receiving antenna, between which the line of sight communication or space wave communication can happen between the two antennas. So this formula you are going to use, right? So let us do one example. So suppose the height of your transmitting antenna is 100 meter. So we have a earth curvature where you have ht, height of the antenna is given, and the receiving point is nearly at the ground itself. So hr is almost equal to 0. So now you have to find the value of d loss, matlab line of sight distance for the radio waves over which you can do your communication. So as you know that this wave will travel in a straight direction to this point like this, which is rx, and ht is given as 100 meter. So we will just apply the formula. D loss is equal to, we will use the second formula because now we are talking about the radio communication. So 4.12, what is the value of ht? It is 100. And what is the value of hr? It is 0. And answer will be in kilometers. So under root 100 is 10 multiplied by 4.12, you will get 41.2 kilometers. So for a 100-meter high antenna, you can send your straight signal up till the 41.2 or around 40 kilometers in the distance. So this is how you will be solving questions related to space wave communication. Thank you.